Dr. Friday, tax and financial firm, and I'm Dr. Friday, enrolled agent. And you want to know what do we really do? We do money management. Means we do anything that deals with money. We handle bookkeeping and payroll, only $25. QuickBooks, we're certified QuickBook advisors, which means we can teach you how to make the most of your software. We do tax preparation, tax planning, tax review, all things dealing with taxes. We deal with the Internal Revenue Service. As an enrolled agent, I am licensed to be able to deal with the Internal Revenue Service on your behalf, which just means I can take some of that pressure off and help save you money. Also, we can help you with anything when it comes to budgeting and dealing with your business. We love entrepreneurs and we're here to help you build a solid foundation and a great business. Okay, we're in the kitchen, as you can see, and we are going to be making some fabulous beef stew, homemade beef stew. This is the kind that is going to be on a cold winter night that you're going to want to snuggle up, watch a good Christmas story, and eat beef stew. One of my favorite things to do. Also today, we're going to talk, we're at the end of the year. What do you need to be doing to make the end of the year perfect for you when it comes to your taxes? What kind of decisions are you going to need to make to now and today to make sure that it runs smoothly into the 2013 year, as well as completing your 2012 tax returns? So let's first run through the recipe, just because everyone says sometimes, Friday, you just kind of rush through things. You don't get all the recipe stuff in there. All right, so first, let's go with, we have 2 tablespoons of flour. We're going to need beef, a nice 12 ounces or so of some really good stewing beef. Then you're going to have cooking oil, and that's going to be 2 tablespoons, 3 cups of vegetable juice, 1 cup of water, and a medium onion, some Worcestershire sauce. Got it all going here. We've got your bouillon, or I actually prefer to use beef stock versus bouillon. I actually like the flavor better. Then you have your seasoning, which is oregano, and your marjoram leaves, as well as you're going to do those to taste. And then you're going to have your potatoes, corn, green beans, and carrots. Okay, so now we've got the basics. And again, if you want this recipe, you can go to www.drfriday.com. We will be posting these recipes for you. And don't forget, Cooking by the Numbers, a new book Dr. Friday has coming out, and you can order it now. And that book will also have a lot of these recipes, along with some of these tax points that I'm going to be putting out there. Okay, so first thing you want to do, we want to go ahead and get some of the juices. We've already got the beef simmering because, as you know, this is a quick show, and when we get into these kind of quick shows, the one thing you don't have a lot of time. So fast forwarding, we're going to put 3 cups of juice in here. That's going to help season up that beef, give you that kind of tomato flavor, but not using tomato paste or tomato sauce. This is V8. I like this stuff to drink, period, but it's actually very tasty when you're cooking with it as well. And then we're going to put some of the beef broth in, and just about 1/2 cup of it. Just give it a nice beef flavor, even though you got some wonderfully tender beef in there. It'll help out. And then you're going to also add 1 cup of water. Since it's a cooking show, we're going to actually go with the bottled water here real quick. There we go. Okay, so while we're cooking, and you know I love to cook and talk because, well, it's my favorite things to do. So what we're going to talk about, put the wrong lids on things. What we're going to talk about today is how do you organize yourself when it comes to doing your taxes at the end of the year. Meanwhile, I'm going to add all the vegetables in. When you're doing that, when you're preparing your stuff for the end of the year, first thing, you've got to decide who's going to do your taxes. Very important. If you don't know who's preparing your taxes, are you planning on preparing your taxes? Is someone else planning on preparing your taxes? Very important to make sure you know who's going to do the taxes. Also, the things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you get your documents together. Don't even bother getting ready to do your taxes until you've sat down and prepared all of the documentation. If you don't have the documents, what good is it? And make sure you know what documents you're expecting. Did you sell stock? Did you inherit anything? Do you have anything going on that would have changed from last year? Because if you don't know what's going on, don't expect your bank or your financial planner or anybody else to tell you what you need. It's your job to know exactly what you need when it comes to preparing your taxes. So make sure that when you do your taxes, you make sure you have prepared everything before you went out and done that. And then you can go for and figure out what it is that you're going to actually have
this is like fast forwarding, have to do your taxes. Also, throughout the year, your best bet is to make sure that you have taken the time to go through and make sure you've done everything possible to organize and make sure right now is the time. You need to look. This is December, people. If you haven't decided what your tax deductions and things are, you need to know right now. What are they? What are you going to do? How are you going to handle them? Being organized is the secret. It's like having a good stew, right? The secret to being successful with taxes is just like having a very successful and beautiful stew. And best thing to do is you put it in this big loaf of bread because, and hopefully you've had it simmering for a little longer than I did. But we'll put it in there. Ah, beautiful. And then you've got a wonderful beef stew and you're organized your documents. That's the important thing. You know what you're doing. We're going to be right back with the Dr. Friday Show.